My name is Alden Morris, and today we're going to be introducing the Mantis X10 Elite Performance or Shooting Performance System. Now, honestly, I can say that this is actually a really great product. This review has taken me a little bit longer than I anticipated to complete, simply because I've had more fun playing with this product than I could working on this product, if that makes sense. So for example, my job really is to analyze the product, figure out the benefits and the features and the setbacks or whatnot. As for this product, it's just so much fun and so much training involved that honestly it's just, it takes the lessons of firearms training and turns it into something that can be really enjoyable, especially from the comfort of your own home. And it just makes it something that you end up spending hours doing. For example, the first time I played with this product, I had to familiarize myself with the different apps and the different programs and the different training and the little beginning program that it sets you up with. That I spent easily an hour and a half just getting lost. By the time I looked at my watch, I was like, oh my God, I spent more than I wanted to at this moment. I'm late for other things. The second time I played with it, which was later that day, because I couldn't wait to get back home after my other work was done to play with this product again, that I spent 2.5 hours just playing through all the different systems. So, I mean, I've had so much fun. And the third time I played with it, where I was expecting to get a legitimate review analysis, I invited a friend over, and it just turned into a fun competition. It turned into your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. Who can do better? Who can do better? Okay, pay attention to the techniques that the shooting results are actually providing you with, and encompass those and do better. And let's see, it did 2 out of 3, turned to 3 out of 5, out of 5 out of 7. It was so much fun that now finally I can provide a review after doing so much. And what I've decided to do for this review, because there's so many reviews out there already on this specific product, that what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a series for you. So this part 1 is going to be primarily an introduction, so it will be labeled part 1, and it'll be going over the pistol attachment. And out of that pistol attachment, I'm going to do one specific course. I'm going to do the primary hand course, 10 shots. I'm going to show you a perspective of how it takes when I shoot, and then I'm going to show you the perspective of what it looks like after I shoot. So it's going to be a fun little walkthrough basically on a part 1 for the pistol attachment. The next attachment will be on rifle, shotgun, and then bow. So it does say bow. I have not been finding good luck trying to find the bow examples for this product, so I hope that I can be one of the first people who can provide that bow example. So I'm going to show you a quick clip of what all provides, or what is all provided in this package deal when you purchase the Mantis X10 Elite Shooting Performance System. Like I said, I'm not working for the company. The company is not paying me for this review. Simply, they asked me to do the review, and I said yes, and especially because the economic situation that we're all in right now, where ammunition prices are fucking through the roof. Excuse my French, sorry about that. But you understand my frustration, where it's just not where I used to go to the range in my older YouTube videos almost weekly. It's like at the point where I can only go once a quarter a year. So this has been so much fun working from home and improving my own shot level. Again, setting different distances and following the projected instructions that are included in the app. So let's get started as soon as we can, so I don't waste any more of your time. We're going to do a primary hand shooting course. That's going to be 10 shots. I'm going to show you from a camera perspective of me actually shooting, what it takes between each shot. And then I'm going to show you the results on the phone itself. So I'll have the camera actually on the phone so you can see what it looks like between each shot. And before we get into that, I'm just going to show you a quick, maybe 30-second of what it looks like on the actual app so we can get set up. Also, I do want to let you know that this room that I'm currently in is 35 feet from my left to my right, and that I have actually measured out little distances. So I'll give you a quick clip of that and how I put little painter's tape and marked 5 feet at each increment. So you guys enjoy this review. I'll do my best to provide the timestamp so you can skip to each section, and we'll go from there. Now, I do apologize for the fact that I'm gonna have to record this way as opposed to other options that I might have. However, this is the most beneficial, quickest way I can get you started on this. So basically, you're gonna have your product here. If we can focus. So this is what it's gonna attach to your pistol. Let me see if I can adjust the lighting here. And yep, so that's what's gonna adjust to your pistol here. What you wanna do is you wanna connect, and you're gonna turn on by the button down here. See the green light? So it should be connecting. Now let's focus on this. So this gets you started. So basically you have your holster draw analysis. You have so many options in this app. And it's doing a bad job of focusing. I do apologize for that, but we'll show you here later how it's actually going to end up looking. But so what we're going to do here is the primary hand, and in order to get started, you'll see that calibrating needs to continue by attaching it to the pistol. So we're going to get started there first, okay? Okay, so that is the app. So basically, it's pretty simple to work yourself through it. So basically what it's asking now for is a basic calibration. What you want to do is you're going to calibrate it to your pistol. Now this is locked and loaded, so we are going to empty it, and we are going to show you and confirm that it's empty, as for every gun safety that you want to do when working while dry firing. That's it. Honestly, my recommendation. So we're going to keep the magazine out of this. Now you do have the option of putting your magazine in you. Empty is going to be my recommendation. However you want to shoot, it's going to be dry fire only. So what we're going to do is we're going to attach this. Now, what the beauty of this product is, it's so specific that it asks you if you've mounted the receiver or the transmitter forward or backward. So in this case, we're going to mount it forward, I believe is the correct proper definition. So it looks like this. If I can get a focus in there. So that way, the light is in the back. Or the USB port is in the back with the light. So that's just the preferred method that I've seen in the imagery on the company. That's the way I'm going to use it. That's the way I've had the most success using it, things like that. So like I said, there's so many courses. It goes from primary hand to support hand to you have your benchmark time. You have holster draw analysis. Unfortunately, I'm working with a Blade Tech holster, so I don't have the ability to do a holster draw analysis, just because I don't have the expanded holster that would allow this insert to be properly inserted. But I am going to work with, like I said, for showing you for the video purposes of this one only, what it takes to do each one. Now, they have other options. We're going over the X10 Elite. They have many other products that will replicate, for example, recoil, things like that. However, for this replication, it does do a laser analysis where it actually, this product is so sensitive that it actually knows when you're squeezing the trigger. It knows when you've fired the weapon, and it knows when you've let go of the trigger. So it shows you through a series of lasers in different color coordinations where you were at and where your weak spots are. For example, if you're shooting, let's say primary hand, and I go to squeeze the trigger, if I'm over the trigger or if I'm under the trigger, if I was squeezing too far left or too far right, if that's causing my gun to the left or to the right, it actually shows you, because it can trace that difference in feel or weight or however it does it. I'm not the technician, of when you started squeezing to the point when you've actually pulled the trigger. So sorry about my head being cut off there, but we're gonna get started here. I am gonna do a quick, as fast as I can, not screwing up my percentage, of just doing the 10 shots. In this case, I am going to have to rack back the slide between each shot because that's the way it's going to do the proper analysis for the X10 Elite. And then the next shot will be, or the next view of the camera will be of the 10 shots. So that way you can see what it looks like on your phone before you purchase the product and invest in this product from home. What it looks like, what it entails to have to shoot this product inside your living room and what it looks like on your phone using the app with the receiver and the transmitter. So let's get started. So here I'm at 10 feet. I am going to start the 10 shots. Cock the first round. I don't know if you can hear that faint beep. And that's 10 shots. So I apologize for the shitty camera angle. Unfortunately, this is how I'm having to work, so zoom out a little bit for you. But this is what it looks like for the primary hand on your phone side. So you can see that I have it set for dry firing. You can see that I have, sorry for the darkening, that I'm a right-handed shooter. And you can change it simply from left to right, and that I have it actually set for forward as opposed to backward. Now when you set it forward, you will have to set the gun down, and it has to calibrate. So that's actually perfect because now you're getting the most efficiency when you're actually doing the training session. So I am gonna step back at 10 feet. I'm gonna keep the camera pointed at the camera, or my phone, I mean, so that way you can see what it looks like from the app's perspective when you're training from your room. Now, again, this is a lot of fun. I just got carried away again, so this is really one of those things where, especially if you have a friend or two, that it turns into a fun game. So we're gonna hit start. Now I'm just gonna scroll left there. That gives me my target bullseye. And then after this, when we're done with our little 10 shots, I am gonna show you some really unique things about this by scrolling left and right on this. So just for now, just so you can see for yourself what it looks like with the 10 shots. So I'm gonna chamber my first round, and I'm gonna step back 10 feet. Now, you can see I got a little jumpy there, but I averaged an 88, so that primary arm, that's not too bad. You can see, let's see if I can zoom in here. There you go. Now you can see the beauty of this is actually, so these little red dots show where primarily I'm making my mistakes. So if you click on this, it's obviously a great majority. Says slapping trigger. Now I can't know if you can focus on that. I'm just gonna go ahead and read this out loud. It says slapping the trigger means that the trigger is pulled without paying attention to proper technique. Although attempts to rapid fire usually exaggerate this issue, the speed of fire does not cause this issue. It is the hurried and sloppy movement of the index finger that causes the firearm to lose sighted position. To correct this issue, press the trigger slowly, steadily, and directly to the rear, thus eliminating muzzle movement in any direction. There should be no additional movement from pressing the trigger. After the shot is fired, release the trigger steadily and only to the point of the trigger reset. Now, this is actually a great point because, again, I'm hurrying myself by resetting my chamber, taking my finger off the trigger, and then trying to get through my primary hand another shot on point for the purposes of the camera. So this is actually beautiful because it's not a personal common problem for me. However, because of the video and I feel that I'm being rushed, obviously this is a problem that you yourself just witnessed on camera. So what I'm going to do from here is it shows each shot. It shows 1 through 10. See if I can't scroll down here a little bit or give you a zoom out. There we go. So you can get the full. So average score is 88.7. It actually does show each shot. Now you want to move right. It shows you your different issues. So let's go to this left one here. Too little trigger finger. That's kind of a given. Move again to the very bottom, pushing forward. Now again, it shows two hands. Unfortunately, I was working in a course that I was only utilizing my primary hand. So, I mean, unless I adjust my shoulders, then that's only gonna be the way to correct that issue there. And then this last red one was tightening grip. Yes, after resetting each round, this is kind of a given that I was tightening my grip and over squeezing my trigger a little bit as a rushed perspective. So again, this is the beauty of doing this on camera, because these aren't common typical issues that I actually have when I'm competing with my friends, where there's no time to benchmark and I have more time to play and really focus on each shot, you know, to focus my breathing and between heart rates. So moving forward, now this is actually a little bit of a graph that shows, let me see if I can get this up here and zoom in. That shows where was my worst shot versus where was my best shot. So you can see my worst shot was here. So that was shot number 5. Shot number 5, there's the graph. So now blue indicates where my blue indicates where I was prior to squeezing the trigger. Yellow indicates right here the pullback of the trigger, the engagement of the trigger itself. Now the X is the shot placement and the red is the aftermath of where my firearm was pointed. Now the beauty and why I think that this product is so good, why I've had so much fun, and where I've actually shown and proven to my own friends while playing with this product that, you know, at 10 feet and 30 feet, difference is how you can improve upon your shot when able to focus, is that each one of those 10 shots that I took with my primary arm were actually recorded on where I was pointing at the screen. So if you hit play here, you'll see that that's where I was pointing before I squeezed. That's where I squeezed, and that's where I ended up. So you can actually, moment by moment, measure out where you exactly were pointing when you squeezed the trigger versus before you squeezed the trigger in the aftermath of your recoil. Now let's go back and find my best shot. So it looks like my best shot might have been shot number 6. Now let's go ahead and watch the aftermath of that. So you can see, this is before I pulled the trigger. This is where I started squeezing the trigger, and that's my shot. So it's pretty much within that last circle right there, or second to last circle. That was a damn good shot from 10 feet with a primary hand. That's pretty good. So again, I have to say that this product is very great simply because of that option that it offers you, for lack of better words. Alright guys, so you just saw both the perspective of myself, what it looks like when I'm shooting, as well as the perspective of what I'm seeing on my phone while utilizing the app during the shooting course. So honestly, this is one of those things where I'm actually wanting to get the video done so I can get back to it because this is so much fun. But again, this is going to be a video series. This is going to be part 1. This part 1 is going to definitely show off what it is when you utilize a pistol. And this pistol I'm utilizing is a Generation 4 Glock 17. So you can see there's no magazine, and that's how I've been, you know, practicing with definitely, you know, a variation of different what it's asking me. I mean, this has been so much fun. I've even gone as far as to, you know, try a little bit of but that's just because I've been playing with the product for so long, and so many of my friends have made up different, you know, I guess challenges that we could come up with on our own. So all it does is, no matter if you're taking the course through the app, if you're taking the course with some friends, if you're just, you know, doing some free shoot, there's a measurable amount of information that it corrects you on each shot and scores you on each shot that allows you that room to correct the error that you were performing on the last round. So again, this is something where, as a father of 3 young daughters, when that time comes, when they turn 21 and they're making that decision if they want to be able to carry a personal firearm or not, this is definitely going to be one of those tools that I'm going to have them utilize from home so they can get not just familiar with a weapon, but familiar with how a weapon operates before hitting the range. So that way, you know, they reduce that fear and that propaganda and whatever that media, you know, tries to, you know, shun us for if you're in the industry, if you're in the hobby. So there's so many options this thing comes with. So again, like I mentioned, this is part one. I played with this and I played with this. I received this product August 10th, which was actually my 32nd birthday last month. Today is September 10th. And I've had so much fun with this product that honestly, I gave myself an extra week to review this product and come up with my video. But however, this is just part one. So again, this is the stress that I'm pointing out, that this product is so great. The MSRP on this product is $250. So for $250, I spent 30 days having a blast. And again, I didn't have to go to the range not once this month. And I still have learned some things, and I'm actually kind of excited to apply at the range, specifically for like what you just saw, primary shooting. That was one of the things I wanted to work on. With support hand, for some reason, I am naturally good at, but my primary arm, I've always had this thing where I anticipate recoil. So this is one of those things where I was like, let me focus on my primary arm and go from there. I'm gonna hit the range and show the differences that this app and that this product from Mantis actually helped me on when it came back to live fire. And the beauty about this is you can actually utilize this product while live firing. So even if I think that I might not be correct, I can actually confirm this information and this data while live firing. So part two is going to include a rifle. We've got some extra special surprises when it comes to rifle. There's so many options in here. I can't wait to attach it to a shotgun. And stay tuned. I have not been having good luck trying to find this product to use on a bow, but I hope to be maybe one of the first ones, if not the first one, to test it on a bow. So stay tuned. Again, my name is Alden Morris. We just reviewed the Mantis X10 Elite. I hope you enjoyed it. That was both a perspective of what I utilize in this empty room that I have available to me versus the phone on my the app on my phone, the product of my personal Glock 17 everyday carry, and yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please stay tuned for part two.